Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's Captain Fumbles and Fumbles Roulette here for another game of Dark Souls. You fucked it up.
I pointed up. All right, I'm pointing up.
The whole time,
to the
that half a minute that we spent between episodes trying to figure some shit out. You went through it and you gave it the easiest command to do the wave.
It still wasn't easy. It still wasn't easy. No, it wasn't.
We went through the whole you specifically like, I'm going to set it to an easier once. That way, when we start the episode...
It's called What Jester Do We Start the Episode With, alright?
Oh, is that how we're going to play the game?
It's got to be a different one every time.
You guys comment below what you think the next gesture will be.
This one's just bend you over, and I'm just going to take you to Pound Town.
That's the next
Very
gesture. It's just
one.
Basically you take any ghoul near you and just flop them on the ground and be like, "Ooh, yeah."
Edgar, don't fuck around.
Edgar just, it's all about that. Oh, jeez, last episode was a fucking mouthful.
Your mouth a little bit dry?
Dude, I didn't think I had that much talking in me. Like, the first two episodes, I was just like, I got nothing to talk about. Like, I don't know much about this game, so I let you do a lot of the talking. But then we had a break.
Oh shit!
The guy took me at McDonald's, and I was like, all right,
we're gonna talk about stuff.
I'm a little more awake. I'm in a little better mood, so let's do some things. But no.
Why don't you tell them the story of how we met, and then I will tell the story.
Well, it was a rainy afternoon, and just beautiful. Honestly, we were both in New York at the time, and it was raining, and I met him in Square Park, and he brought me a rose, and then we just had furious sex in the middle of the park, right on one of the benches.
Central Park?
Yeah, whatever fucking park. Either way. Right in the water.
Well, I'm dead.
Yeah, you are.
This is not good.
But we just had furious sex on one of the park benches. It was a beautiful night. What's your rendition of the story?
You were a douchebag.
Okay. Alright, so the real story is, originally...
We have a mutual friend.
Well, okay, no. Mutual friend. I like how you refer to her as a mutual friend, too. Alright, so, how it all started is, before I went to high school, I had, at junior high, I had a friend, named Taylor, and she was the only person I knew from the school, besides a few kids from my old school, because we just moved to junior high, so now all of the grade schools meet up in one place. And so, I didn't know anybody. I didn't know anybody from any other schools, because I didn't go to any of the sporting events, and I wasn't part of any teams, so I didn't meet anybody from any other school. And I was out in the bumfuck country nowhere, so nobody knew... if you went to my house, it's because you were invited, not because you knew I was in the neighborhood. And so I had a friend named Taylor who was locker next to Alyssa, the girl I was dating in high school. And originally I just talked to Taylor for a little bit, and she's the only one I knew, so I talked to her, and then I'd go to class. And right next to... you were on the other side of Taylor. Because Alyssa was on her left,
yeah.
And you were close by. But I talked to Taylor for a little bit, and then I met Alyssa through Paul, because he was dating her in 7th grade, I think.
Yeah.
Either way, he was dating her in 7th grade, and I met her, didn't really care. It was like, oh, it's Paul's girlfriend, whatever. And I made friends with Paul because my brother played World of Warcraft, and he played World of Warcraft, so we talked about World of Warcraft for a bit. Became friends with Light because I punched him in the balls. Because he came into class talking all cocky, and he was just like, I could choke anybody out, no problem. And I was like, dude, don't choke people out. Like, that's not cool in fighting. Like, I was like, that's not cool. Like, don't choke people out. That's not a good thing to do. Like, if you're in a severe situation and you're trying to, like, take somebody out of the combat and, like, disorient them or something like that, sure, choke them till they're knocked out. Don't choke them till they're dead. But, you know, put them in a sleeper hold, take them out of the fight. That's, I can agree with. But... if you're gonna go ahead and goof off and just play around and fight stuff like that, don't choke somebody out. That's a dick move.
Brandon will come to your house, dude, and punch you in the balls.
No. Every single time I've ever been in a goof off fight with Life, he has tried to choke me, and I've hit him in the fucking nuts. Don't choke me. It freaks me out. Like, I'm afraid of the ocean. I'm afraid of space. I'm afraid of not getting air. Like, that terrifies me, not to be able to breathe. And so he went to go choke me in the classroom, and I nailed him in the balls hard enough that he was literally in the back of the room for the rest of the day, crying. But anyways, so I met them, and then Paul and Alyssa broke up, and then I started dating her. And Jordan was one of her friends at the time. And so, because his locker was close by, we ended up just talking, everything like that. And I don't know when I don't know what time around, like, I don't know what made us really be friends. Because I know me and Life were indifferent in grade school, but once we went to high school, we had a gym together. Mm-hmm. And that's when me and Light became real friends. I guess when we got invited over to Paul's house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll straightforward admit it. In high school, we went to a country school where if you didn't drive a tractor, you weren't cool. And our class was the pot smokers. So, well, I guess we weren't the pot smokers, but we were the most not country class of them all. So we were the kids with like iPods and cell phones, and we all drove Mustangs, and we were all about going to move into big cities, and we didn't like cornfields and stuff like that. Like, we hated that school. Everyone in our class hated that school. But all of them acted hard and gangster, and they were all thugs and stuff like that. And they all lived in their really rich farmhouses. That's where they almost all lived. And either you lived in a farmhouse or you lived in a suburb. Like, that was about as hard as anybody could get at that school.
True.
I lived in Rock Island. Literally, down the street, they were cooking crystal meth. And in the park, I saw plenty of gang fights. There was a time where, literally, I went outside, there was a bench pavilion, and there was a whole bunch of people with red shirts on one side, and a whole bunch of people with white shirts on the other side. And those were a bunch of gang people meeting up to discuss turf. And I just wanted to fly my plane. That's all I wanted to do, is fly my little airplane. And my parents were like, I think it's time to go. And we would ride our bikes in the park, and people would try and stop us and take our bikes and show us knives and stuff like that. And me and my brother would have none of it and beat the hell out of them for it. But, like, all these kids thought they were hard. I was hard. Like, you did not fuck with me at that school. And so, I would be the kid that comes into school, pants sagging, fucking hoodie jacket, fucking hat tipped up and turned to the side slightly, and it had New York or whatever the fucking symbol, like, or DC or whatever I had at the time. I was that kid in junior high. I'll admit it, I was a douchebag. Straightforward. That's who he thought I was. He every single time he saw me, he was like, that kid's a douchebag. He is one of those douches that are going to make fun of me for no reason just because he can. Like, that's what he thought I was. And so, I, of course, was just like, I was totally, like, I didn't think I was a douchebag, because I didn't make fun of anybody. I didn't like to make fun of people. I don't like bullies. If you're a bully right now watching the show, go jump off a bridge.
First, subscribe, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, subscribe, like, and then jump off a bridge. But, no, I just don't get that. I never understood that, and I always had a problem in high school, and even nowadays, I just don't like people that pick on people, especially for things that they can't change. Like, if you're scrawny, you're gonna be scrawny. Like, nobody's gonna stop you from being scrawny. Like, you can't just bulk up out of nowhere and be this big, tough man. Ooh. Like, you're not gonna be able to do that. Like, don't get me wrong, I had sideburns in junior high, so, like, I wasn't really made fun of for not being a man, but also, I dance. I love it. I'll straightforward admit it, I was a dance instructor through high school. I taught people how to, and not just break dance, which I did do, but not just break dance, ballroom dance. And if any guy listening right now, learn how to fucking ballroom dance. I don't care if you're the hardest, baddest motherfucker in the world. If you want to find a right woman, learn how to ballroom dance, because my God, there was not a single high school dance where every girl did not ask me to dance, and I was just like, I have a girlfriend, I can't just dance with everyone. Though I would dance with all of her friends, but I wouldn't dance with some of the skankier girls.
Didn't want to get any STDs.
Yeah, I didn't want none of that. But anyways, I was a douchebag in junior high, but I wasn't a bully. I just looked the part of a douchebag. I wasn't an actual douchebag. And so, he saw me, hat tipped sideways, hoodie, pants a sagging, I didn't wear suspenders till high school, but I looked like a douche. And so, he thought I was a douche. And so then we eventually, through our friend Paul, we both got invited over to his house with another friend that we don't hang out with anymore, Toby. And I kind of, in grade school, I had a friend who, he was my best friend in the world. Couldn't separate me, and that's probably where I started hating bullies. His last name was Berger. It's German or something, and it's hard to pronounce. and he was a chunkier kid. So everybody called him Burger. Ha ha ha, you like cheeseburgers, you're a fat kid. Die in a hole. I had my own desk in the principal's office, literally with my name labeled on it, for beating kids because they made fun of him. So I had a problem with bullies and stuff like that. But turns out his parents cooked crystal meth. I've been in his house plenty of times. Kids, right now, if you're listening, here's a hint to whether your friend's parents are cooking crystal meth. If it smells like cat pee and you can't find a cat, probably cooking crystal meth. That was my big sign. I didn't know. 5th grade, everything was fine. Went to 6th grade, my best friend doesn't go to my school anymore because he's now in protective child services because his parents cook crystal meth. And that was bad. I shouldn't name drop. I really shouldn't, but whatever. Whatever. Anyways, I don't care. Fucking sue me.
We don't care.
And so, I was like, I always had a problem with, and then so I went to Paul's house. Paul's house was a little bit rugged down. I don't care. My house isn't the most beautiful place in the world either. But I was kind of worried because the house was a little rugged down. And so, being a kid, I was just like, hey, correlation is causation. So, just because he has a dirty house means his parents also cook crystal meth. And so, I was kind of worried about that being Paul's friend. But one of the times I went over to his house, Jordan happened to be there because he invited a couple of friends over. Was it for his birthday? Or just to get together?
I think
it was just to get together.
It was just to get together.
But we were just hanging out, and Paul goes upstairs and brings down an airsoft gun. And that's where my thoughts got really scared, because, like, his older brother asked for a BB gun to shoot on his birthday, and then he got mad and punched a window and cut his entire arm up. And went to the hospital because he was probably high on meth. I don't know. But, like, that kid is messed up. Like, was normal. That his brother, oh, dear, had so many problems. But... so I went to Paul's house, a little bit rugged, and I thought he was prone to violence, and I was like, I don't know if we can be friends anymore, because I wasn't the guy, like, when I hang out with my guy friends, I'm just like, I don't want to fight people, I don't want to beat the hell out of you, because, like, I don't feel like that's a fun thing to do. I like to laugh, I like to joke, and I like to play games. That's what I like to do. I don't want to get in a fist fighting match to prove who's stronger. I don't care. Like, sure, you win the award, here you go, you're the bigger, stronger guy, congrats. So he brings out an airsoft gun. I was having none of it. I just got a leather jacket that year, so, like, bring it on. So I put on my leather jacket, and I was like, shoot me, bruh! Come at me! Because he was holding us all hostage. He was like, everybody get on the ground! And, like, at first, I didn't understand it was a joke, and so I thought I was taking it seriously for a minute. Jordan ducks behind the couch immediately, because he's like, I'm having none of this. Kobe grabs a blanket with holes in it. Like, you know those knitted-looking blankets where they've got holes in them all the time? He grabs one of those and pulls it up to protect himself from getting shot from an airsoft gun. I don't know who told him that was a brilliant idea. He gets shot 3 times and starts crying. Just bawling. And, ooh, cutscene.
Yeah. You can continue.
That looks like South America, one of those cuts. Anyway. Oh, this is the creepy thing!
Yeah.
Little alligator. And then you're like, oh, it's a little cute little alligator. And then he's just like, oh, dear God, I'm disgusting. And there's so much more to... What is he?
Gaping dragon.
So he's a drag.
Yeah.
But I thought all dragons were extinct.
The stone ones were, as far as we know.
Okay, so stone dragons are dead, but there's other dragons?
Yeah.
Oh, that's disgusting. Like, that turns me off to this game. But anyways, so we're at his house, pulls out an airsoft gun, starts shooting people. I got a leather jacket on. He hit me a few times in the stomach where I didn't zip it up because I was too cool for that. But, he hit me a few times in the stomach and it hurt, left welts. But, I was just like, whatever. And so I put on the leather jacket and charged him. And he shot the leather jacket and I tackled him, got the airsoft gun away. And Jordan's like, you're my savior! And so, like, from that point on, we were friends. We were just like, yeah, no, we're good.
We're good. Oh god. That was a pretty fun night though. We've always had fun at Paul's. Yeah, whether the bonfires, going hide and seek.
All that stuff. I don't think all of our, like, the whole group was truly formed until probably sophomore year. Or junior year.
I'd say, I don't know about Garrett. Garrett was a little bit, I don't know if he was there sophomore year. Because I
Not sophomore,
really
like, that's what I'm saying. When we were juniors, I think that's when, like, all of us got, like, we were really close and we all became, like, really good friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I even saw it as I made it a console war in my head. You and Lipe were my PlayStation friends, and Garrett and Paul were my Xbox friends. And then I didn't really hang out with Orion a lot because
he ditches us.
Well, it wasn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't. He ditched us. It was Paul was so protective over Ryan. Like everyone was protective over Ryan because he was a scrawny kid who, if somebody went to pick on him, he wouldn't do a thing. He'd be like he wouldn't fight back. And so we were all. Anytime somebody wanted to mess with Ryan, that was the school though. Anybody who tried to mess with Ryan, like somebody would kill them. But anyways,
oh my God.
I didn't really know Ryan all that much. He was Paul's friend, who Paul was really protective about, but he didn't really want to hang out with me because I probably still looked like a douchebag. But like I had Paul and Garrett were my Xbox friends, and Lipe and you were my PlayStation friends, and then Paul and Lipe came together as a group because they both played World of Warcraft. So I was like, oh, they can merge. But you and Garrett really, like, I never saw you guys getting along. And then you and Paul really got along.
We were along before because we went to the same
Well, yeah, you went to the same school. And so you guys, I kind of saw the connection between you guys. And I was just like, there really is no division between you guys. We just generally don't hang out all at the same time. Like, the reason why we generally didn't hang out a lot is because if I was going to hang out with Paul and Garrett, we'd go play Xbox. You guys don't have an Xbox, so you can't go play.
Mm-hmm.
If I was going to hang out with you guys, you go play PlayStation. They don't have a PlayStation, so they can't really go out and play. I had both systems because I was a rich kid at the time. And so I was like, ooh, I got both systems. No, it's because my stepdad was a nerd and he got me all the video games in the world. Love you, Rick.
Might as well say it before.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't just so much. Well, we got the PlayStation because he wanted a Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, that's a video game system. Like, he didn't really want us to play video games on it. And I understood, like, now I understood where he was coming from. Like, he wanted a Blu-ray player, and he wanted a few games for the PlayStation or whatever to play. He didn't want it to be that kind of system. He wanted it to be a Blu-ray player. Me being a kid, though, I'm like, that's a toy. Let me play with the fucking toy. Like, you kidding me? Like,
that toy.
Because he also collects things, and every time I saw him on the shelf and stuff like that, I'm like, why do you just have toys and not play with them? Like, I couldn't, like, even as a teenager, and, like, I didn't play with toys all that much anymore. I still saw them, and I'm like, there's no point to keep them there if they're nothing to you. Like, you can look at my room. I've got books up here and a few knickknacks, because that's what knickknacks do. Oh, God, that's gross.
Yeah, you just barfed. Oh, God. Oh, fuck.
Your weapon's at risk.
That ain't good.
Does that mean it's close to breaking?
Yeah. Means it's gonna do less damage.
Damn, switch to like a halberd or some shit. Switch to that the thing that you got from the one guy that you're excited. Spin to win.
I gotta end the fight.
Okay.
So I gotta do the highest hitting thing. That is unfortunate. That's gonna prolong this fight even longer.
Where the fuck was I? Collectibles. He got collectibles and shit, and I didn't understand the play of that. But he wanted a Blu-ray player, and my mom was like, "No, that's a game system, and the boys want to play games on them, so they're gonna play games on them." That's just how it's gonna go. And he was like, alright. So we got a PlayStation, and we had an Xbox because that was our game system. Like, we got the Xbox and he wanted the PlayStation for Blu-ray. So that's how that worked. Also, when we first met Rick, obviously parents just got divorced, so I didn't really like him because I liked my dad and I didn't like him, just like I didn't like my dad's girlfriend because I liked my mom. I didn't like her. They're both really awesome now, so I like them both. But fuck.
You were really bad.
I know, I was really on the train, and then, like, it just derailed and died. Oh, when I first met Rick, he is the son, Jay, my brother, and, Jay had a PlayStation in his room. He wasn't allowed to play it. He had a PlayStation, wasn't allowed to play it. He had video games in his room, weren't allowed to play with them. And because Jay was small, his dad still dressed him in kids' clothes. Defeat! Yeah. Oh, get in there. Get in there. But anyways, because Jay was a really small kid, his dad dressed him in kids' clothes. And when my mom showed up, she was like, he has a video, let him play video games. Like, you put it in his room. It is literally in his room. Let him play his video games. Also, he's going to get made fun of really hard at school if he dresses in kids' clothes every single day. Put him in normal clothes. Even if it costs a little bit more, put him in small kids, like, small teenage clothes. Like, not kids' clothes. Nobody wants kids' clothes. And so that was weird. But it was just, yeah. Anyways, I don't even know how that was a long stretch. I don't even know how that's, friendship. Our friendship. I'm sorry, everybody. I will talk for hours about nothing. But yeah, we became friends because somebody our friend shot airsoft guns at us, and I became less of a douchebag and more of a savior. And you were just cool. Like, that's really why I liked you, is because you were really chill about everything. I honestly, for a short, brief time, thought you were a pot smoker. Just because, like, you were so chill about, like, everything. You were just like, nah, dude, we'll do that later. It's whatever. Like, I don't care. No big deal. But then, like, I saw you play Call of Duty with Lipe, and you got angry because somebody was being a dick. And I was like, he has heat points if he gets pissed off. Like, and I get that. And that's one thing that, like, you and Paul generally get to, is, like, if you're losing bad in a game, you guys can get angry. And I get it, because, like, you're into the game and stuff like that. But to me, every time we lose, like, whether it's League or Smite or fucking Call of Duty or whatever, I don't care. Like, I'm like, yeah, I would love to win every match I ever play in history. Like, everyone would love that. I don't care if I lose. The only time I feel bad, I guess, is if it's my fault we're losing. Because, like, if I lose lane, or if in Call of Duty I'm just racking kills for the other team, like, I want my team to win, so it's my fault that we're losing. But, so, message there, kids. Don't fuck your teammates, okay? Okay. That'll be it for this episode. Oh, you're gonna do it this time?
It's gonna work. Do it!
Yep, doing it. And...
Point to the sky.
Alright. That'll be it for this episode.
Catch you in the next one.
Yeah, like and subscribe or whatever. I don't know. YouTubers do that all the time. I don't know. Do it, I guess. I'm sure it helps.
Just do it!
Just do it! Yeah, is that dated by now?
I don't know, it's 2016.
Yeah, it's 2016. Everything last year doesn't exist. God. Anyways, thanks for watching. Next episode will be out soon. I have no schedule because I don't care right now. Nah, it'll be up soon. Anyways, like and subscribe, and you'll see when the next episode is up. So, see y'all later, and,
Bye.
Bye, yeah, see ya. Whatever. Fuck you.
It's pretty good synchronized there.
Yeah. Alright, that's the end of that episode. My god, I have talked a fuck ton.